Hey guys, how you all doing? Welcome to this solo drilling session. A little bit of rain going on here today, so it's a little bit loud, so just if you can't hear me, I'm really sorry, there's not a lot I can do about that. Today I've got something I'm going to think we'll call it exciting, quite exciting for you. We're going to be running through a series of drills, so there's going to be like 3 minutes of work, and then we're going to be doing 2 minutes of like some guard work / core work as well. I don't really do too much guard work in solo drilling stuff because it can be very tricky to actually work effectively, and you don't necessarily feel like you're getting a strong workout from it. So by blending the two different areas, it's going to give us a great workout. We're going to get to work through some really important movements, and also by the end of this, like, your core is going to be on fire. I absolutely promise you. All right, but before we get into anything too fancy, we're just going to go through the mobility 10 and 10, loosen up our bodies a lot, loosen up our hips, and we're going to get going from there. Okay, so my timer is set up. I've had a couple of requests to turn it up quite loud, so it is quite loud. Hopefully you guys can hear this a little bit better, but I'll put it over in the corner so you guys can see. So, as always, first one we're going to do, just going to be rolling our hips from side to side. Boom, that is loud. So just roll those hips one side to the other. Don't go too fast or too crazy. Just try to get any kinks out. If you've been following these sessions for any length of time, you'll know these drills. But I always like to talk through them just in case you've got anybody who's this first session. Okay, so again, take it relatively slow. Try and turn those hips over, get the full range of movement. It's okay if one side is not as mobile as the other. As you'll see, we might be able to see my right hip doesn't go as much inwards. That's about as far as it goes. That's cool. Remember, we can also bring our feet a little bit closer together as well, just changing the position. Okay, and remember, this is a warm-up, so you shouldn't get super sweaty doing it. Okay, just take your time, keep working side to side. Nice. And then we're going to go on to our side to side. Okay, I've completely forgotten what our side to side is. It'll come back to me in a second. So we're going to switch to our S stretch. Okay, it's been a long week. Been in tons of renovation. So we just do our S stretch first, and then I'll figure out what the side to side is in a second. Nice. Good. Just keep it working. I'm pretty sure if you heard that, that's a sign blowing down, which is cool. Nice, just working from one side to the other. Good. Nice. Good. We're going to keep going through these, and again, we'll get back to the side to side thing. I just literally cannot remember what it was at all right now. Complete and utter brain fart. So we're going to go into our low squat here. Okay, just hang out. You know, again, you can do all kinds of different things in this. You can practice, like I said the other day, one of my favorite things to do is, I learned this from the mobility sessions, is to start rocking my hips forwards and backwards like so. Okay, I find it loosens off my lower back quite effectively, but I also get that mobility in the soles of the feet as well. Okay, which is kind of what we want. If you can get all the way down to the ground, so all the way down to here, then come back up. Not quite today, but that's cool as well. Okay, the other thing that we can do as well, we can start doing our knee turning on the inside. We're going to do some passing things, so this is a good one to start warming up. Good. Still cannot for the life of me remember what side to side is. It's okay. Okay, we're going to jump onto our hip twists, rotating our hips from one side to the other. Remember, try to keep that chest relatively flat all the way down to the ground. Nice. Okay, just pause. If you want to pause, you can pause at the bottom. It's a nice little place to pause. Good. It's 20 seconds. You also find this will start to warm up your shoulders just a little bit, which is nice. We've got 5 seconds. Keep it going. Yeah, okay. Lunge, hamstring combo. So, a couple of ways we can do it. I've been really enjoying this. Dropping into the lunge, pulling into our Cossack stretch, working through these two positions. This has been my favorite one recently. I'm finding this is a really nice hip opener. Also working that hamstring as well. Okay, you don't need to be as low necessarily as I am. Okay, if you do go here, make sure that this knee doesn't collapse in. So you got to keep it strong. Okay. Again, but I really like this fluid movement from one side to the other. Try to get that good hip stretch. And then drop it down. Good hip stretch. Drop it down. Nice. Okay, next one we're going to do is our windmills. So big lunge forwards, out, and rotating. Switch to the other side. Nice. Keep it working. If you want, you can just hang out in these positions. Take a little bit more time. Remember, this is your workout, so like try to feel where the kinks are, where there's a little bit of extra attention needs to be paid. Like, for some reason my right hip is feeling very, very tight today. So I'm taking a little bit more time on that side to kind of iron it out. Okay, the left side doesn't feel as tight, which is cool. Nice. Yeah, nice. Okay, next one, flat arm circles. Again, we've done these ones a lot. So arms here, this is our first one, up, around, not arching that back, trying to work the arms through the range of movement. If you can't do that one, which is perfectly fine, we can do it from our kneeling position. Just coming up, really trying to elevate that shoulder through the range of movement. Don't let the hand touch the center of the back. And then you can do the same thing. So when I'm bringing it up, I'm really trying to get it high, bring it around, high up my back as I can, and then bring it back out the opposite direction. Same if I'm low down here, bringing my hands up, all the way around, high as I can, back in front, and avoiding arching my spine. So this is all shoulders. This is also called swimmers because it kind of looks like you're swimming. Next one is scorpions. Roll across to the side, switch to the other side. So when you try to touch your hand, give yourself a little bit of an extra press. Work through that shoulder. Again, just open out those shoulders as best you can. Give yourselves a little bit extra stretch. Remember, you don't need to be touching your hand with your foot. And you don't need to be going super fast. You can add that neck in a little bit as well. So rotate around, looking up towards the ceiling. What's this? This is number 8. I think the side to side one referred to an entirely different workout that we're doing. Okay, back rolls. This is going to be important for today. So bring those legs over the shoulders, one side to the other. It's an easy place to start. And then if you want, you can go all the way back. Yeah, I think what I did is I copied and pasted this from a different workout, which was one of the passing ones, and we're using our side to side movement as a warm up. Okay, so I really like this 3 back roll variation. So I go one shoulder here, I go one shoulder, and then I go straight back. I just find it Nice way to kind of start loosening me off. Straight back. Of course, you want to add something a little bit different. You can always do our hamstring variations as well. So we're leaning out. And we're trying to keep those legs a little bit straighter as we go through the movements. But don't force it. Now our Berimbolo Variations. Going from one side up and over to the other. Or just the halves are absolutely fine. So just halfway up onto your shoulder and then halfway up to the other side. I'm going to keep doing the full ones. Actually, I'm going to do some S ones because I really like these ones as well. Oh, and I like the hamstring ones too, where you bring this hamstring in tight. Nice. Good. 20 seconds. So it's okay, we didn't miss out any of the warm-ups. I just got confused, which is absolutely fine. Like I said, I'm not perfect. And I'm quite tired. Okay, perfect, done. So, ignore that last round, that was number 11. Time is set up for the next bit that we're gonna do. So, for these drills, you don't necessarily need the dummy. There's really only one or two of the sections where it might be beneficial. You will for sure need something like a belt. Okay, so, like I said, we're gonna do, put 3 drills, we're gonna build them up, so we're gonna create like a 3-part flow, and then you get like a 2-minute recovery period. In the recovery period, what we're gonna do are around the world, so we're gonna use this movement where we're lifting our hips and elevating around, so very, very core intensive. And then we're gonna do some lasso work as well. So we're gonna be in this position, kicking the leg out, and then looping around over the top, placing it back inside, looping around over the top. Okay, so we're trying to, and the whole time that you do that, your head should be off the ground. So I should be in this kind of rounded position. So I'm contracting my core, which means that it's going to be firing, and then we go on to the next set of 3. Like, I guarantee, after the first round, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. It'll be super, super easy. All right, so what we are going to do is, I'm going to just check my timer set up okay, and that everything's working. Yeah, we are all good. I'm gonna move this a little bit closer so I can see the things. You guys most definitely do not want me forgetting what's going on. I'm already having a bad enough day, bad enough start as it is. So we've got 5 different rounds, so it's gonna be like 25 minutes of work. The groups of 3 minutes should be quite intense. We're gonna take a few different 3-part movements that we've been doing over the last couple of weeks, plugging them into the sequence, okay? So it's reinforcing what we've already done, trying to get a good workout as well. So, first one we're gonna do is go into our forward sweep movement, and then we're gonna add the double leg jump over. We did this last week, so you should be pretty much an expert at it, okay? And again, we're getting straight into our core work or our guard work from here as well. All right, so don't worry, I will talk you through it, it's gonna be great. So we're doing this forward sweep movement. We're gonna do it all the way from the ground, so we're coming up from the ground here. Okay, trying to like pull ourselves forwards, keeping everything nice and tight, keeping our elbows in. Okay, if you want to, you can imagine that you're ankle picking as you come forwards. So I'm coming up here, trying to pick the ankle. Okay, keeping it tight. You notice that as I come up, I'm loading over this front leg too. Okay, keeping it going. When I go back, I'm trying to glue my knees into my chest, as we always talk about for our guard retention work. Okay, the next movement that we're going to go on to in 20 seconds time, we're going to come into our double leg. So we're fighting from our guard. I come up, I get that forward sweep working, and then I blast into my double leg from there. Okay, you can start building up the speed a little bit. This one shouldn't be super active. So I'm coming up, immediately up, driving into my double leg. Yeah, I'm coming up and driving into my double leg. Okay, up into my position, stepping up, driving into my double leg. Okay. So I'm here, coming up, here. I step to the side, drive. Okay. Here, plank, coming up, sliding to the side. Up, driving into my double leg. So here again, forward sweep movement, pressing, driving. Forward sweep movement, pressing forwards, leg to the side. Here's my double leg, catching and moving. Okay, now from our double leg, I drive in, my head goes to the ground, we jump my legs to the other side like someone's trying to guillotine me. Forward sweep movement, double leg, jump my legs. So I avoid the guy. Up and up, forward sweep movement, drive, jump my legs. Okay, leg out, forward sweep movement, up, double leg, jump my legs. Whichever way you're driving the double leg, here, so if I come up, I've got to go. If I'm going this way, head's going to be wrapped this side. Driving in, my legs need to go to the opposite side. Run out of space. I hit a wall. Nice, so now we go straight into our round the world. This is our recovery phase. You can do 2 or 3 per direction. It's up to you. We're gonna do 3, so we're gonna do 3 again. So we do this for a minute, and then we're gonna do our Lasso Drill. Try and keep your torso in the same line. So I'm starting this direction. When I finish, I should finish in this direction too. Okay, that tendency is when you get to here to kind of fall down. We don't want to do that. Good, onto your belt, head off the ground, hips off the ground, into our Lasso Drill. So we're here, working through Lasso, coming back underneath. So I'm here, kicking out, Lasso, but the whole time, head and hips off the ground. So if I spin around towards you guys, playing spider guard, drop the foot below, kick it out, Lasso, come back over the top, reinsert. Over, Lasso, back underneath. We want this movement to be quite fluid as we're doing it. So again, I'll do the other direction. You're going to get a ton more practice at this as we go through. So don't worry if it's like quite clunky. But really focus on keeping those elbows tight, head and hips off the ground. Trying to squeeze your knees back into your chest as much as you can. Whew. And we're up. Okay. So now we're going to go sit out. That's our first drill. So from here, sit out, and into the other side. And just check I got that right. I'm just sitting out one side to the other. You can come off a double leg if you want, sprawl, sit out, and then come back up. Double leg, sit through, or just from the ground, sliding that hip, exploding that hip through, or exploding that hip, turning all the way. Man, it's really hammering it down out there. I hope you guys can still hear me. You're gonna keep driving it through every time. Then we're gonna add on to this, just a second. Just clearing through. Use my sit out. Use my sit. Alright, double it. Sit through. Okay, double it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go sit out here, clear, step up. Okay, back down again. Step up. So it's gonna be easier off the double leg, so I can use that movement to come back out. Okay, so double leg. In, stepping up.
So I'm sitting out, they're getting to their guard, I'm immediately standing. Double, clear, up. Whoop. Immediately tried to set back up. Oh, that's not a double leg. That was the worst double leg I've ever done. Step up fast. Clear, posture, step up. From the step up, we add in the hip knee Torreando. Okay, so make the double leg, sit through, step up, hip knee Torreando. You might want to just drop back to the mat. Sit through, step up, hip knee Torreando. Step up, clear, step up, hip knee Torreando. Okay, sit through, step up, hip knee Torreando. Okay. Sit through, step up, hip knee Torreando. Whew. Sit through, step up, hip knee Torreando. Then we're back to our circles. Here's the first one. What am I doing? Torreando. Okay. So, no break, go straight in. Oh, I completely lost track of what's going on. I think I did like 4 in one direction. Keep working those hips. Try and keep those toes on the ground all the way through. Okay, prepare your belt. Get ready into your spider guard position. Okay? And then when you're ready, just start working through that drill. Remember, head off the ground, hips should be mobile, and practice some of the other movements. If you know, so this Lasso one is a nice one to start working. Okay. Try and keep good Jiu Jitsu feet, so I'm pulling my toes back this direction. Okay, as I go underneath, rather than letting them be floppy and trying to go here. I'll actually help you get the Lasso. Okay? Believe it or not. But it's also really important that we're reinforcing these good habits. We've got 10 seconds. Nice. Okay. Knee slide switch. This is the one that you might want the dummy for, but it's up to you. So knee slide switch, just hands in those hips, side to side. Can do it on the floor, just the same. Makes no difference. Just don't stop. Okay. You just have a gi jacket. Just drop a gi jacket. That'll work. If you got one of my awesome dummies, do one of those. Use one of those. Awesome homemade dummies. 25 seconds. Always coming into our good knee slide posture. Here, so chest up, legs abs inside. "15 seconds. So this is over this, his right leg now. Then I go to the left. Okay, then we have one step. Come back up. Maybe do 3, 2, 3. Long step, so collar, legs out, come up. Back to our position. 1, 2, 3. A long step up to the shoulder. Back to position. 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Just keep switching sides. And come back to position first. So remember, when I'm here, collar, hip grip, whip the leg up to the tripod. 10 seconds. I'm going to come back to knee on belly and switch. Ready? So long step, shoulder, knee on belly, and switch. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Long step, knee on belly, switch. Back out. This is a real leg killer. Oh, slipped on my new mats. One, switch. 1, 2, 3. Long step, knee on belly, switch. Or you can add 2 switches in. Then we're gonna go long step, knee on belly, 1 and 2. Come back out. 1, 2, 3. Long step, knee on belly, switch 1, switch 2, back out. Woo. Back up and out. Oh, yeah. Woo. This. Okay, and then back into our round the world. You know, it's 3. 2. 3. 20 seconds. When we get to 10, I recommend you grab your belt. So there's 10. Should give you plenty of time to get straight into this drill. It's okay if you put your foot like in the wrong place. It's actually kind of a bit of learning about where you need to get that foot, how you need to be moving. I prefer doing this on like a belt than a dummy. Dummies work absolutely fine, but the belt, it's a little bit easier when drilling this kind of movement. Remember, keeping those heads up, hips up. If you want to, you can circle that hand around a little bit, but don't make it too tight. Try and get those knees back in. Nice, and we're up. Okay, first one, technical stand up, just side to side. Again, this is one that you might want a dummy for. We're gonna go all the way back to the ground, standing up through. So here I'm laying down, into my technical stand up. Guard up, technical stand up. Guard up, technical stand up. Yeah, this is one quite, after doing the previous core work, this is quite challenging. And then, like I said, you want your dummy probably ready to go for the next drill, which is the one-arm leg drag. Nice. Keep it going. Nice, straight into the one-arm leg drag. So we're here, get technical stand up, grab that leg, slam it to the ground, lay back down. Technical stand up here, grab that leg, slam it to the ground. Technical stand up, slam it to the ground. Okay, maybe do 2 or 3 of the one-arm leg drags for a little bit of variety. So I go here. 1, switch to the other side. 2, 3. So I'm just working it a little bit differently. 1, a bit more focused on the leg drag than the technical stand. 3, 1, 2, 3. So now we're adding a windshield wiper over the top. So I'm going one arm leg drag, switching my hips, switching my hips, switching my hips. Back out. Technical stand. One arm leg drag. And my shin covers. One side, shin covers, other side, shin covers. Back out. Technical stand. 1. Here, hands to the hips. Cover one side. Cover the other side. Back out. One arm leg drag. Cover 1. Cover 2. Cover 3. Back out. In. One arm leg drag. 2. 3. Back up. Leg drag. Hand goes to the hip. Covering 1, 2, 3. Move the dummy. Grab your belt, ready to go. Let's do our circles. "20 seconds. Remember at 10, switch it over. Then we're going to go on to our last drill. Yes. Okay. Get that belt and get ready to go. Start working it. Try not to let your hips fall to the side. So you're keeping them flat as you're working. If anything comes out here, they have to loop this up over the top, bring it back in play. But unlike with a person with just a belt, you need to give yourself a little bit more height. "15 seconds. Our first movement is going to be the double leg. Okay, get up, get ready to go. Here we go. So we did hundreds of these last week. You're going to do 2s, remember we talked about that. So we're level changing up 1, straight away reshooting for 2. Level changing 1, reshoot for 2. Always driving off the supporting leg. So when I'm here, drive in. Tie that shoelace, press, drive. Tie the shoelace, press, drive. Nice. We're on to our duck under next. So I'm coming to here, get this leg up, hips go forward, and it turns around. Okay? So it's like someone's trying to guillotine me and shoot. There's the legs, they wrap my head, put my hip, and turn. 45 seconds. Penetration, and then duck. Oh, it was awful. It was more like a suplex. Same again. For sure, my legs have recovered from last week. So the next one, when we come onto it, then Charlie Chaplin up to my feet. We're going down the same. Level check, pop the hip and turn. Now we have that Charlie Chaplin. Hug the hips, step, up to that shoulder, coming back out. Level check, pop the hip and turn. Step to the side, coming back up. Straight away. Walking forward, turn. Level change. Still level change. Turn. Yeah, so Charlie Chaplin, leg comes up, then drops. Hug those hips. Coming up. Level change. Turn. Charlie Chaplin. Back up. Level change. Up. Turn. Charlie Chaplin. Nice. Last set around the world. Here we go. Let's go the other direction. What am I doing? I think I'm going this way. It's the last set. Really try to work that core. Be super strong in your positioning. Okay, grab that belt. Last round, for last switch. Nice, keep it working. We've got 25 seconds, and then we're done. Nice. Time. Cool. I'm gonna lay on my front, stretch my abs out a little bit. As you can see, time has gone off. Okay, so honestly, I'm gonna sit up to talk to you guys, otherwise you're gonna hear me probably. So honestly, that wasn't like the most intense session that we've ever done. And in some ways it was a bit intense, like I'm really exhausted. And sometimes it's good to work the other like facets of Jiu Jitsu, okay? Like I said at the start, when you're doing solo guard work, it's not gonna give you the greatest workout, but you're gonna start using different ranges of movement that are really important. Like this lasso, for example, regardless of whether you ever wanna do spider guard, like gi, no gi, whatever, you'll use this movement where you're here and you're having to circle that foot over to frame and retain your guard. Or you're circling it through egg beating or any of those things. So learning how to like move the hip around like barriers is really beneficial. Okay, and you know, sometimes it's just good to do like a more of a restorative / mobility session where you're not trying to just kill yourself, but we are like, you know, working through some of the areas. So, like I said, I hope you guys found that beneficial. Hope you found it useful. let me know below. As always, please, you know, subscribe to my channel. That would be awesome. Hit like, hit share, give me a comment. It all helps. It honestly makes me, you know, keep wanting to do these guys, and I want to know that people are benefiting from these. That helps me keep going and keep creating, like, doing creative sessions for you guys where we're working the different areas of our jiu-jitsu. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Hopefully the rain didn't disturb your session, but I will catch you guys next week. We'll be doing some more fun solo drilling. And I'll see you soon. Bye.